You tell your client what to expect and what not to expect, what you can accept and what you cannot accept, the kind of language that can be used and the kind of language that cannot be used, depending on the nature of the case that is on hand. So, you talk about timing. You talk about vague language. So you talk about you talk about everything that he's supposed to know. And you also talk about the things that she or she's supposed to know. And she also tells you who she is and what she doesn't like. So don't forget, we have said that intervention is a mutual relationship. Two people are coming to a relationship, the service user and the service provider. They are coming into a therapeutic relationship. So because therapeutic relationship can be dangerous sometimes, can turn out to be something else that you don't expect. We have heard about a client abusing the social worker. We've heard about the social worker and the client meeting in places that they ought not to have met for intervention, for therapeutic intervention. We have seen the fact that some social workers, so to say, and clients eventually become sexually attracted. And things like that. And that is why you must guard yourself as a social worker. That's why you must be able to set that boundaries from the beginning. That is why the issue of touch, and embracing should not be. Yeah, it's because I need to comfort her, I need to comfort him, this and that. No. Do you know what the history of that person is like? You may not know. You may not know his area of strength, area of weaknesses. So boundary is very, very important in the social work practice. So what is professional boundaries? Professional boundaries are a set of guidelines, expectations, and rules which set the ethical and technical standards in the social care environment, which set limits for safe, acceptable, and effective behavior by social workers. So maintaining professional boundaries in social work is essential to helping your clients and upholding the standards of your own profession. You dare not lose guard. Social work is a profession built on interpersonal interaction. So social work assumes that helping people who struggle with poverty, trauma, oppression, mental illness, or other disadvantages is necessary for a functioning society, because social work often involves sustained interaction with individual clients. Hence, it is imperative that you establish professional boundaries with your clients. Because often than not, our clients tend to depend more on us for everything. For their emotional support, they depend on us. For their physical support or signature, they look forward to us, giving them appendages. They look up to us like as if we are gods. But we are not gods, and we dare not take advantage of them. That is why boundary is important in order not to take advantage of your clients and in order for your clients not to take advantage of you because you are a human being, as they also are human beings. Hence the need to set boundaries. Because of being overly dependent on you as a social worker for their inner resources, physical resources, environmental resources, family resources, we have to make them shift from that point and look at it as pure therapeutic relationship. Are we together?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, sir, Sarah, together.
Okay. We talk about boundary violation. We have talked some about that, about boundary violation. Let's go to page 64 now. We're on page 64. Establishing the rules of contact. That is about setting the boundaries. What do you do to set the rules? We have said that boundaries are set of rules. We have said that boundaries are set of guidelines. We have said that boundaries are set of expectations and a set of technical standards that is required around or within your intervention environment or your agency environment. It may not be within the agency. It may be somewhere else where you are doing home search or where you go for aftercare service as a follow-up. So many things are included. So let's look at certain rules of contact. Number one, you tell your client what numbers to call in a crisis situation. Normally, when you are employed in a place, that's why we are saying that a lot needs to be done. As social workers should not use their own personal numbers or phone for intervention services. The agency must provide a phone and a phone number. That is what is given to clients, not your own personal number. And agencies' numbers are always on 24/7. So it should be made known to your clients that this is the number. You have any issue, call this number. It's part of setting that boundaries, not your own personal number. And when you are leaving that agency, you return the phone and return the SIM. So it is service phone or service line. That is it. It's very important. Number two, refrain from giving out your personal contact information. Don't give out your email address. Don't give out your Facebook address. Don't give out your Twitter address. Don't give out your home address to your clients. Don't give your personal phone number to your clients have been assigned to you. You don't need it. They don't need it. Number three, protect your privacy on social media, especially on Facebook. Don't accept friendship when you know that this person is my client and is sending requests for friendship on your because they know your name, They could go and search for your name on Facebook or any social media and find you there and send requests. Don't accept, reject. And make sure your Facebook settings are set on privacy profile. Close your profile so that you know that your clients are also there, so that you don't know all about you. Maintain confidentiality. You must also tell them at the initial point about the issue of confidentiality of what is discussed here stays here. And don't be a flippant as a social worker. I want to share your experience today with your husband. You want to share it with your friends. No. Social workers are not flippants. They say the right things at the right time. That's the first point. The second point, demonstrating clear interpersonal behavior. Number one is to establish clear physical boundaries. We have said that. Number two is to dress appropriately. Social workers are expected to dress well and not to open their body anyhow. They must wear dresses that covers their body. Please, they become temptation to clients. And also, when you have an office, you must have extra clothes in your office. Because sometimes, depending on what the weather is, you may need to dress to meet some clients, apart from what you have worn from home. If you are working among psychiatric patients, you must know that as a lady, that you cannot do without wearing trousers always. If you are working in a high-brow area, and you know that, we are not saying you should dress, don't dress carelessly. That's what we are saying. And don't dress too high, because sometimes the indigent clients that comes to you may be looking at you and they feel inferior when you dress too highly. You dress to kill, to office. Everywhere is decked. So dress moderately, appropriately for your service, averagely. Use appropriate language. Social workers are not vulgars. Even when you are angry, you cannot use your anger you cannot lash your anger on your service user, curse your service user, abuse them and call them names. Even when they are being naughty, you dare not use naughty language for them, on them. So use appropriate language. I've seen social workers who lashes it on their clients, abuse them, make them to feel lower than they came because of their own emotions and passion. And they feel too highly. What the servicer was saying looks, because they came from some religious background that don't tolerate such some things. And you are hearing some people saying that, and you shun them off. How can you stoop so low to do that? And you just, so you see, even when they say the dirtiest thing, and you are the most holy of holies, you don't lash it on them. You don't rub it in on them. You must keep calm and level head. Refrain from discussing your personal life. Don't discuss your personal lives with your client. Don't use yourself as an example even to your clients. Be mindful. Although there are some therapy that sometimes you may use your personal life as an example, get that permission from either your superior and also from that person, that client. So that one is a matter of dilemma. A point whether to use your personal life as an example or not. But when it comes to the issue of your finances, don't discuss it. The issue of the fact that you have a car, a fine car, you live in a mansion, don't discuss it. You have 2 children and that. And by the way, some people will come and put their family picture in their office because they are in love with their husband or their wife and their children. They could be an easy target. So don't bring your family life into your office as a social worker. You don't do that. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the C aspect of it is avoiding dual relationship. We have talked a little about that at the first point. Number 1 is watch for conflicts of interest. Once you have conflict of interest, drop that intervention. Hello? Was that okay? When you have in your mind a conflict of interest, you ask or you seek permission from your superior to drop that intervention. So watch for it. Some people, I must say that working with the opposite sex is a lot heavy. Because, as a social worker, you must hear everything. You must also say everything. You must call things the way they are. And when you are because it's a caring profession, you want to care for your clients. That is why overly dependent of emotions comes in, sets in. They see you as a good person. They may not know that you are the therapeutic intervention that you are carrying out they go beyond that. That is why boundary is important. They go beyond that. And some actually come, then you see that you are a fine girl or you are a fine boy. They get you seduced. I have encountered that. And many social workers have encountered that. So if you don't set the boundaries, and we started by honesty, truthfulness, being honest to yourself, being truthful to yourself, telling yourself the truth. Because when you don't tell yourself the truth, that is when you practice amiss. That is why you crumble. That's why you have emotional stress and strain. For example, you are given, you are assigned a client who at the end of the day was discovered to be a rich person. And you also need money. You are a human being that also needs money. And your client is offering you gifts of money. Is it that you don't need money? Yes, you need money. But if you are not truthful and honest to yourself and tell yourself that this service I am rendering to this person is it has been paid in advance through my salary. If you are a greedy person who lost money, who is pressured for money, and you take the money, and next tomorrow, the person comes and say and tells lies against you that you were begging him or her for money. You don't know whether the person will have camera on him or her. The person might be psychotic, one way or the other, who just want to bring anybody down and says you collected bribe from him or her to subvert justice. It has happened to me before. Somebody was assigned to me coming from another state. I never knew that the case he brought to me, that the case I'm handling was the case of somebody who is a member of my youth group, in my political group. I never knew within another state until that person was invited and I saw the person. From that point, I said, I can no longer handle this case. I just had a rapport with both of them, talked to them, and then gave them another day to come. I went to my supervisor. Supervisor, I think I've come to the end of this case. We need to assign another person to that case. He said, why? I said, because this person that was assigned to me, I never knew. She was coming from another state, Ogun State, and our office is in Lagos State. Interior Ogun State, and here in Lagos State. And was when the person came, when we invited the person, that I saw that he's a person that I know very well. He's a member of my political party. I cannot take it. So that case had to be taken from me and handed to someone. So the guy was surprised that, why am I not handling the case again? He has thought that this case will favor him. And this and that. I said, it is not the matter of favoring you or not. There's a process that we have to follow. This other person will follow that process with you. And if it favors you, it favors you. If it favors her, it favors her. And apparently, the woman has come to lie against him. So the guy was worried that he had thought that he has seen somebody that will help him in this matter. But at the end of the day, without me being there, he won the case, and the child was given back to him. The child in question, the custody was given back to him. So it's like that. If I had not opened up, we will be handling the case. At the end of the day, the woman will get to know about it. That this person is a member of my political party. We are members of the same political party. And that is why that child was taken away from me. He will go ahead and sue us to court, and sue the agency, and sue me to court. And something else can come out of it. So what's for conflicts of interest? Number 2, prohibit sexual relationship with your client or former client, whether the person is your client or former client. Don't get to the point of asking the person out, because it happens, whether now or in the future. The person can still malign you and say it is because you have known our secrets, you have known our weak points and all those, or you have known his weak points and this and that. So you see, I've got to a point one time that the case of a woman that was handed over to me, at the end of the day, we won the case. It's a matter of is a property issue, and he won it. I now say I should be the caretaker of the house. He want to give the house to me to manage for her. Hey, I said, this one, another level is coming. And she come, am I Am I an agent? Or am I, what do you call them? Am I somebody who is in charge of housing? I said, I'm not, I can't take it to. And it's a big mansion, a big house that I can make millions from it if I rent it out and manage it for her. I said, no, I can't. Oh. It's not possible. I'm not a estate surveyor. I'm not an agent. That is not what I'm employed to do here. So I have to reject the offer. So please, all that should be taken. So number 3, decline to enter into financial relationship. That's what I'm talking about with your clients. So financial relationship is a no with your clients. Whatever carrot the person may be dangling to you, because it may backfire tomorrow. Maintain strict therapeutic relationship from beginning to the end and after. All right. Professional boundaries in social work. So it is because of this that there is ethical vow for you to enter into the profession of social work, just like any other professions too, that take an oath to adhere strictly to the social work ethics in the profession. Because if you don't take your oath, there's no way you can be like that. That's why I said every profession is like a cult, because the ethics is the funnel through which services are delivered to your clients. And that mode, for you to receive it, you must pledge allegiance that you'll be truthful to that ethics, that you'll be honest to the ethics, that you practice that profession in the same way others are practicing it, that are within the guideline that have been set for us. That is why when you pass this exam, you'll be invited for induction, and then you will take your oath of allegiance to the profession of social work. You pledge your oath of allegiance to your colleagues. You pledge the oath of allegiance to your seniors. You pledge the oath of allegiance to your clients. You pledge the oath of allegiance to Nigeria, so that we know we are bound together with one common force of practice. So it's like in the medical profession, they swore to Hippocratic oath. We swore to social work oath. And the earliest form of the oath is called the Imhotep oath. Hippocratic studied from Imhotep, but his practice went ahead of Imhotep, even though he was a student of Imhotep. Imhotep is an African who was the beginning of surgery, medical practice. So surgery, medical practice was led by the West from Africa. So actually, Hippocratic oath was not the first, but is the one. But Hippocratic oath is well known that the Imhotep service oath. You know, as usual now, everything African is not good. They will say it's not good. It is their own. look for a way of killing our own. So you see all that. So you have to take an oath of all that to maintain boundaries, to ensure you give quality service, to ensure that anyone that comes to you, you treat fairly as it ought to be. So those are the things. So let's say social work professional oath. You can read that on your own, and you get to know it when you are going to be inducted. You see what the social work oath is about. So we look at that. Boundary crossing. We are talking about boundaries, setting boundaries. So let's look at boundary crossing. What is boundary crossing? Boundary crossing occurs when a social worker is involved in a dual relationship with a client or colleague that is not intentionally exploitative, manipulative, deceptive, or coercive. When they are not inherently unethical, such as when a worker shares personal information to help clients work through their own issues. It is never acceptable to take advantage of vulnerable people or abuse your position of authority, but when the aim is to get to know someone, to build up trust, to offer help and support them, it is not always clear where the professional boundaries lies. We had said it, that there's a thin line between the act of service and the the ethics of your profession. Practicing right or practicing wrong. It's a thin line. So why do we maintain clear boundaries? Why do we have to maintain clear boundaries? It is to protect the therapeutic process. I've told us that there are processes for every intervention. Human beings are not the same. And intervention is not one-way traffic. It's not one cap fits all. Sometimes some people may come with the same problem, but they are coming from different environments. They may come with the same problem, they are coming from different parents. They may come with the same problem, but coming from different culture. So we must ensure that we protect that process. But the process we go through is actually the same. The way we go about the other things to navigate the issues on hand can be different. Taking into consideration the biological, social, religious, environmental factors of the person that we are dealing with. But the process will be the same. It's like you're going to a medical doctor, somebody's coming for a headache, another person is coming for stomach upset. The first thing is for you to go to the medical information officer to get your card. Then you go to the nurse who will take your vital signs, and they will take you inside to meet the doctor. What will the doctor do? He will listen to you and hear what the problems are. Where did you come from? What did you eat last night? How did you sleep? When you woke up, what did you experience? Your stool is like how? So they will ask you all those normal questions. Go leave Lagos and go to Abuja. Another doctor will ask you the same thing. And when you are treating down all those things, the next thing will tell you is to go to the medical lab scientists. Leave Lagos or leave Port Harcourt and go to Lagos. The same problem, the doctor will say the same thing to you. So it's a process. You will still go to the hospital and get your card and go to nurse to get your vital signs and go in and meet the doctor. He will still ask you questions. And after you have finished asking questions, you go to the medical lab. The medical lab will do you and give you a result. They will come and look at the result and prescribe drugs for you. It's a process. The same thing in social work is also a process. And there is an angle to this that will be for another day when we look at the triage principle of social work practice. The triage principle of social work practice. There you see the process that social workers pass through or pass their clients through to get quality assurance services, depending on the specialization you are working or depending on your agency or ministry or your own private practice. So number two, protection. We maintain clear boundaries to protect our clients from exploitation. You have said that before. Number three, we maintain clear boundaries to protect our social workers from liability. To protect social workers from liability. So and on like that. You can read the remaining one there. Let's look at boundary violation in case you cross your boundary. You have tried and you eventually cross your boundary. What is that called? It is called boundary violation. Either you cross your boundaries to the space of a client or a client also crosses boundary to your own space. Both are boundary violation. And this occurs when social worker engages in a dual relationship with a client or colleague that is exploitative, that is manipulative, that is deceptive, that is coercive. A key boundary violation is conflict of interest, we have said it before, that harms the client or that harms your colleague. So ethics in social work are related to core values of social service, social justice, the dignity of the individual, the importance of human relationships, integrity and competence, according to the Code of Ethics of the National Association of Social Workers. This Code of Ethics has been in place since 1996 to delineate the expectations for behavior among social workers as a reference to determine what behavior is ethical in a given situation and as a set of standards to help assess whether a social worker has engaged in unethical conduct. So ethics in social work are related to core values. We'll repeat again, ethics in social work are related to core values of service, social justice, dignity of individual, importance of human relationship, integrity, and competence. Okay, I want to leave this issue of boundaries, ethics, and violations. You can read the remaining one over there and look at the consequences of violation of your boundaries. It means that you have less personal free times with friends and family because the time you're supposed to use for them, you are using it elsewhere. You have less job satisfaction, you have burnt out, you can have loss of job, loss of license, loss of personal identity, and the likes like that. And in conclusion, social work, professional ethics, and accountability is crucial for maintaining public trust, ensuring the quality of social work services, and safeguarding the welfare and rights of clients. It is supported through various mechanisms, including professional supervision, peer review, ethical oversight of professional bodies, and regulatory framework. Here I come to the end of this class. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any question or contribution from what we discussed yesterday and today? If you have any question that you will likely want to raise, just please just raise your hand so that I can give you the floor. Nobody asked question. Okay. If there is no question, we'll call it a wrap here. So I hope SWPCE 606 have taken you. That's Dr. Adejimo. Has it taken you?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Maybe it has not come to his turn. Hopefully, maybe this weekend it will take you. All right. Okay, let's call it a wrap. Till we meet in exam. So your 608, which is your seminar. Now everybody has known their group, not so?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, I hope you have started meeting. You have created your own WhatsApp group, your group WhatsApp.
No, sir.
Not yet, sir.
You are wasting time, and time is counting.
We'll do that soon, sir.
So you open your own your group chat, then you appoint a group leader who will contact the supervisor, that's your mentor, who also help you to look at your seminar. So do ensure you comply and do the needful as appropriate. All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Please, I don't know if you can throw an insight on how the exam or the project seminar look like, sir, because it's our first time, especially when it
How
comes to this
it looks like
professional exam.
okay. How it looks like is there on the timetable. The down part where you have attention, read it very well. You see how it looks like there. So once your group have submitted, we are going to have, I think it's on 34 that we have the seminar. Everybody will come for that seminar. All the groups will be there during that day of seminar. We will call group by group to come and defend their seminar. They must have prepared their PowerPoints to use, and 3 people are going to be defending the seminar, and we are going to call anybody. So that is why it is important for everybody's hand to be on deck and to participate. Because if you don't participate and we call you and you are saying, Meme, the same point that you score is what everybody score in that group. If your group fail, everybody in that group fails. And seminar is a determinant. If any group fail, it means that you have failed all the courses. It's a prerequisite. You can't move ahead. So, and we had said that For that seminar day, each person is contributing 5,000 naira. You contribute and give it to social worker Charles, who will now send it to us for honorarium of your supervisors and those who will be on the panel for that seminar day. So that is how it is done.
Please, sir, this seminar, is it still online or it's physical?
It's online. It's online. It's online.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions? Okay, we call it a wrap. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you. Bye.